I've suffered psychologically for 2 years now. The depression was quite difficult to overcome. But tonight, I speak to you all in good spirits. I no longer mourn the loss of my wife, nor do I continue to seek the cause of her death. I have David now. Please don't jump to conclusions. I assure you this is not a homosexual relationship. David and I have a very different kind of relationship. It's very one-sided. That's probably because he didn't want to live with me in the first place. Let me tell you, it sure is difficult to abduct a 27-year-old man. I thought about letting David live in the room that was supposed to be a nursery for the child my wife was to birth, but I changed my mind. The basement is far safer for David. He used to scream a lot, and the duct tape didn't muffle his cries as well as I wanted it to. No worries though. A needle and thick twine fixed David's urge to yell. Just thinking about it puts me in stitches. Of course, it's quite a pain trying to feed him now. I let David wear my wife's clothing. His facial features are narrow, and he has the cutest nose. I do his makeup to look just like how my wife's did. He already had long hair when I met him, so all I had to do was dye it blonde. David isn't confined to the basement. That would be cruel. I was more than willing to make the necessary alterations to my furniture to accommodate David. I attached dozens of leather wrist and ankle straps to chairs, couches, beds, stools, even toilets. For a long time he used to fight against the restraints, but he's much more docile now. I don't even have to sedate him anymore. In fact, David's calm enough to walk to his punishment chair without me needing to drag him there. I call it the punishment chair because that's where I hurt him. I don't get mad a lot, but when I do, I usually take it out on David. Most of the time I just punch and kick him, but when I'm feeling especially angry, I sometimes use a knife or two. I've tried burning him in the past, but the stench of burnt flesh was too much for me. Ugh. It makes me feel bad to hurt David. I don't want him to think badly of me. After all, I do love him. I can only hope one day he'll love me back. Every now and then the police stop by our house, but I always maintain my composure. One time I invited them inside, after hiding all of the restraints on my furniture. As for David, I ensured he was in the basement, tucked away nice and snug in a box. The police had never looked in a box labelled holiday decorations. But just yesterday, I received a phone call while punishing David. It was the police. They told me that they still lack evidence on who killed my wife almost 2 years ago, and they'll have to terminate the case. They apologised for not being able to locate her murderer. It's okay though, because I know exactly where he is.